Tell me who you are and what you do.
Steve Tiufekchiev, Chief Strategy Officer for Recolu, help devise strategies for recruitment in the university space.
And what's wrong with the recruiting industry and the labor markets today?
I think fundamentally what employers look for are people who can solve problems that they have. The labor market has to understand that they are problem solvers more than job seekers. If I am in the marketplace and I can understand the problems that are out there, I can develop solutions, I am marketable. Everyone has problems, and the problem is that job seekers typically are looking for a job as opposed to trying to understand the problems that employers have, various different kinds of problems, and market themselves from a problem-solving perspective. Immediately what happens is the employer doesn't see as they have to give something up as opposed to them gaining something. They're gaining someone who's solving their problems. Everyone is willing to pay to have their problems taken away. So job seekers need to develop an approach that first of all says, tell me your problems, and once I understand those problems, I will develop a pitch, a marketing pitch if you will, and solve those problems or help you understand how I can help you solve those problems.
And how do businesses find these problem solvers?
Well, I don't know that businesses necessarily need to do the seeking necessarily. It depends on the labor market. Many jobs are less abundant than the labor supply. So you have more people looking for jobs that aren't available. Now that doesn't apply in hard sciences, some of the in-demand fields, computer sciences, engineering, and so forth. Those people have a lot less of the problem-solving approach because, frankly, their services are much more desirable. But if you look at, for instance, someone who's interested in marketing, a lot of people want to do marketing, not that many marketing jobs. So now my approach has to be, I'm going to understand the problems you have, which is to gain greater market share. I'm going to put together an approach that makes sense to you to solve your problems. But most job seekers are taught simply to go ask for a job or the standard approach. So it's been my experience that if people develop more of a consultative approach, they're going to get much better results from employers. Because again, tell me an employer that doesn't have problems and I'll tell you the perfect employer. It just doesn't happen.
And how can technology help us accomplish that? It's a big question.
Yeah, I think technology, first of all, has to create the opportunity for people to market themselves from a problem-solving approach. Perhaps employers need to phrase their descriptions differently. I mean, let's face it, most job descriptions are pretty boring to read. They state the obvious, and maybe employers need to start focusing on what the problems are as opposed to the job they want to fill. So instead of saying, I want to go hire a marketer, let's define the problem. The problem is I need to achieve a graded market share in these demographics. I'm looking for people who can solve the problem. Chances are the person may not be a marketer. It may be somebody completely out of the scope of what someone would be looking at because they're no longer looking at it, i.e. that person has to be a marketer. They're coming from a completely different area because at the end of the day, they're a problem solver. They're not a marketer. They're someone who solves problems who happens to be in the marketing realm. So maybe it's redefining the problem in a way that isn't being done today. Because I have to tell you, having written job descriptions, having looked at job descriptions, most of them are just not that interesting to read. And people apply to them without really reading them.
Thank you.
Thanks for the opportunity to talk to you.